Hi, very good evening to all of you. This is Mark again on another new week for the commentary of the markets. All right, so today is the 18th of August, 2014, and let's take a look at the spiders. Okay, you can see the market is trading live now. You can see that the market today is up about 0.82% on the spiders, and this is why I say that you do not want to sell when prices break below the 50-day moving average, which is the green line. Or rather, you just want to look at the slope. Okay, so for those who are new viewers of this video, this is what I do. I look at the green colored slope, green color line, and the slope of it. So until it starts to curve downwards, right, I will always give the benefit of the doubt for the trend, and you can see the trend is up. Right, so for the past, I don't know, 2.5 years, you can see that it's been sloping up and sloping up and sloping up, and there are some aberrations here and there, some corrections here and there, but they always revert back to the mean. Okay, and just continue with this uptrend. So you can see now the uptrend, as expected, right, has come from 191 and now it's at 197.32. So the market is a little bit resilient at the current point of time. But from what I see, right, I would recommend smaller positions for all your trades in equities, because even though the spiders have been moving up pretty strongly, right, the past week actually, but the stocks itself, right, like some of the stocks that I'm trading, has not been moving up much as of yet. Okay, so my suspicion is that only the really big, what we call the big weightage on the S&P 500. Some of the stocks have a very big weightage on S&P 500. So these are the stocks that are actually pulling this index up. Okay, but most of the stocks generally is still flat to downwards. Okay, even though there's some recovery. So just be careful and be aware of this situation now. Alright, let's take a look at some of the stocks that went through. So Facebook and Baidu, I'm not talking about it anymore because the trade has been closed at a profit. So let's not talk about this. Alright, I think MEG is quite interesting here. I'm not looking to touch it, but it's interesting to see that there's such a big correction down from $22 all the way down to $16.44. Alright, this just goes to show that small caps, right, to mid caps have this kind of drastic movements, and you have to be ready for this kind of moves when you trade this kind of stocks itself lah. So just be aware of this. You see, after I exited, I didn't expect it to fall so much, and this is why markets can always surprise you both on the upside and the downside. Okay, and when it starts to get volatile and you're not very comfortable with it, then my only advice to you is to tighten your stops. Okay, so MEG, I really like this stock, but however, I don't think it's the time to get into this stock as of yet, so we just leave it for the time being. And eBay, I think still, although it's been correcting a little bit, I think it's pretty healthy correction. Okay, you can see that my entry price was about $49.39 to $49.28, so I had a very good price on this, and so I'm going to just let it run and see how far it can go. I still have a quarter position in this stock, and if you want to buy eBay now, I think maybe you can, but to me it's a little bit on the high side now. So it has really made its move from $49.50 to $53. That's about about close to $4 and change. So just be careful with this stock if you're intending to trade this lah. Alright, and I like the correction here. It's not too much. Alright, it's right along to this trend line, and if it breaks, then I may consider getting out, but at the moment I'll just let it do its thing, and hopefully it can hit the 60s, and if that I still have a position by then hopefully it can hit the 70s in the next few months or so, okay, towards December. Next one will be LVS. Okay, LVS, I was very interested in this stock, and you can see that on the trend line itself, okay, on the trend line itself, it is kind of supporting around this this very long-term trend line since 2012 August, and we will take a look and see that whether it can hold this. Okay, but I've already entered a trade before here, okay, and I got out at break even. That means I take profits at this price. I entered here, sold half here, and then I got stop out here. So it was a scratch trade, and I'm looking for opportunities to enter this stock again, because I think even though the Macau earnings are not so good, it's because the Macau earnings was not so good for Las Vegas Sands, so therefore there was a big correction down. But I think it still has potential, and inherently its strength in this stock is actually still there lah. So we will see in a 30-minute chart whether it will start turning. I think it start off stabilizing now, so it could be considered a low risk entry around here. Okay, so when it starts turning, then I may take a look to enter the stock. All right, next one is DE. Okay, DE, I'm also thinking about entering this stock. You can see that I also got break even out of this stock, which is very lucky because it hit the first target. All right, 1-to-1 risk from 86.29, it hit 87.34, and close to the tick, and then it starts to correct, and then I got out at break even at the same time. So you know, there's a very famous saying by Paul Tudor Jones. He says that for those who don't know who's Paul Tudor Jones, you can Google him. Okay, he's one of the top traders for the past 20 years. All right, he relies both on fundamentals and technicals, a little bit similar like me. But there was this saying, right, that this quote by him that whereby he says that when you enter a position, when he enters a position, he may be wrong about 2, 3, or 4 times before the position can really get going. And there's some sort of similarity to what I'm doing here, because even though I got stop out at break even on this position, or maybe even at a small loss sometimes, I'm looking for the really big move, and sometimes it can stop you out for a few times, and it is very normal. Okay, this is trading, and trading is about risk and reward. It's not about being right or wrong. Okay, you of course you must be right certain times lah. Okay, but generally, even though your analysis of the stock may be correct, it may take a while for it to start moving, and you may never expect when it will start to move lah. So it may start moving up here, it may start moving down here, it may start moving down here. You wouldn't know. Okay, so the main thing is to be able to commit capital, but at the same time keep your risk very small. And there's this very big fallacy of traders that these are retail traders that think that as long as you're a guru, you don't get losses and this kind of thing, and it's just unrealistic. Okay, losses have to be taken. I've never seen a trader that never take any losses. Okay, those who say that they're 100%, they're talking a lot of crap. Okay, so even the professionals, right, they also have a lot of stop outs and stuff before sometimes the position can really get going, where it can make 8 to 10 fold of their initial risk. So this is something you have to be comfortable with as a trader. Okay, so I'm still waiting for DE to start moving and make a second move if possible. Then I'll try to enter again. You can see now a lot of positions are, when you try to long them, they're actually not inherently very strong. And this is what I mean by, even though the spiders are up, but the individual stocks itself have not been really showing quite a lot of resilience or strength. Okay, so I think the market itself is a little bit choppy and not very certain yet. So that's why I advocate a smaller trading size if possible, and be careful on entering positions, and try to keep a little bit more cash in terms of your trading. Okay, so next one is VRSN. I talked last week about VRSN. I said that likely it can start to make a move. Okay, I said that it is unlikely to go down because it seems like it doesn't want to go down. Okay, and I think Warren Buffett just added to this position. So for those who want to take a look, you can go to dataroma.com or gurufocus.com. I think you can see his new added positions. I think it was just released a few days back. So it's something very interesting. Okay, always take a look at what the really professional investors are doing, because you can actually gain a lot of knowledge and also gain a lot of insight from their picks and how much confidence they have in the stock. It doesn't mean that they are always right, okay, but more often than not, especially if you follow Warren Buffett, generally you can make money, and even though it's a bit slower, but I prefer to make money slowly, okay, not quickly, because the quicker you make money, then your risk has to be very big also. So it depends on your risk appetite. Okay, so the stocks I trade are usually a little bit more conservative in this sense. Okay, so VRSN, those who have traded this, your stop could be quite small and you will have made 1-to-1 on this already. So you can put your stop to break even if you have entered this position at 54.69. Okay, so you can put it at break even, and you can sell half and then put it at break even and see how far it can go. And that's what hopefully ultimately the position can keep running to 57, 58, and then it would have been a pretty good trade for you. Alright, next one is Walmart. Okay, Walmart, I say that last week I said that I like this stock a lot because in terms of a valuation point, I think it's very attractive as a trade or as an investment. Warren Buffett, I think, added it around $75 and change, so you could even get it even cheaper than him, okay, in some sort of way. But of course, you must always stay responsible for your own trades. Okay, don't go around blaming people or blaming a guru or something like that. Whatever position you do, you enter, you must take responsibility for your decisions lah. Okay, and until you take responsibility for your decisions, right, you will never be a very good trader. Okay, because ultimately, who click buy, who click sell is all you lah. It's not anybody else. Okay, and so Walmart itself, I think, is start to turn already. Okay, so I think if it breaks 74.66 on smaller time frames, then I may consider taking a position with a stop maybe around maybe around 73.41. That will be I think pretty prudent. I think the cursor having some issues, but never mind. Let's move on. Next one is some ideas I have besides Walmart, right? I think UNH. Okay, UNH. I think I'm starting to look at it again because it has corrected from $87 to 78, and now it's starting to turn again. Okay, which something that I pretty I made money in this stock pretty consistently lah. So this is one of those stocks that is in my basket, and which I watch pretty closely. So and it seems that the moves are very clean for this stock. You can see there's a very nice up and down movement of it, even though it's a very, very big cap stock. So this is the reason why I trade mostly US equities, okay, even though last time I do trade a little bit of Singapore, but that Singapore stocks are actually not really moving that much, and I feel more comfortable trading US stocks because the fundamentals are also very clear for me. And so it's just personal preference. But I think in terms of trading perspective, if you want to make money, you need to have stocks that give you some movement. If not, if it's going in a straight line, then unless you're playing options or eyeing condos or something like that, then maybe it's beneficial for you lah. But for me, I like stocks that has a lot of not a lot lah, okay, but there's some volatility to it, and there's very good order flow. You can see the moves are very clean, and these are the kind of charts and the kind of stocks that I prefer. Okay, so UNH, I think it's starting to break 82.11 already, so maybe I'll go to the smaller time frame and see whether I want to enter this position, and I think a stop maybe around here, either 79.12, or you can put it higher if you feel that you don't want to risk so much, maybe 79.96. And for those who really want to hold a longer term position, maybe below here, 78.32 will do. So you can see that trading is not really just about following me or following another guru. Alright, my suggestion is to put the stops where you feel is comfortable for you. Okay, not comfortable for me, but comfortable for you, because everybody is different. Alright, don't go to a course and then just try to trade in that manner, because it's going to be very difficult, and every stock is slightly different. Right, so maybe you are trading Microsoft or some other stock, then maybe your stops have to be a little bit wider or something like that if there's a lot of volatility baked into the stock. Okay, so I think UNH is worth taking a look here for a short move up. And what else do we have? Okay, also NOV. Okay, NOV is one of my favorite stocks. I recommended this stock to in my seminar around $65. Now it's $82.56. And right now it has corrected from $86.50. Now it's $82.59. So I think, this is a very good stock, but it's a little bit high now, I would say. You can see that it made its move from $69 all the way to $87 already, and this pullback has been not very big. Okay, so right now, right, my only concern is investments. Okay, I'm not going to enter heavily into investment because investment positions are actually much bigger, not slightly, are much bigger for me, and for my trading positions is much smaller. So I think right now you can see that the market is a little bit overheated in some way. That's what I feel. But we also don't want to just stop trading, right? You just continue trading, but maybe if you feel that the market is a little bit too high, what you can do is to scale down your positions, but still go still enter trades as per normal, because the S&P 500, the 50-day is still sloping upwards. So just continue to do what the market dictates you to do, because even the last part, even it could be the top or something like that, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't know, you only know after the fact. Okay, so even if it's the top, there is still a lot of trading opportunities, because the last part can be even more volatile and create more opportunities in terms of the trading perspective, not from an investment perspective. So I think it is important to know the fundamental value of a stock, not per se that you know exactly how much it's worth, but at least you know the range of the stock that is likely to be trading at. So when it's trading at $65, it's very obvious that NOV, right, should be trading maybe around close to $90 to $100, okay, within a 3 to 5 year period. Okay, so obviously we won't know whether the stock price will go up within a year, or within 2 years, within 3 years, within 4 years, or within 5 years. But it is important to know the rough estimation of the value of the stock, so that you will have some conviction and some confidence in trading this stock and the general direction you want to trade it. Alright, so this is what I teach in my course, and I think a lot of students find it very beneficial, because if you just rely on technicals itself, then chances are you'll be able to trade anything under the sun. And my advice is, do not trade anything under the sun, because you want to have a basket of stocks and you watch this basket very closely, so that you are very familiar with the movement of the stock, and that's where you can start to extract money out from them. So now it's at 82.60. I want to see it break 82.83 on the smaller time frames, and then maybe a stop below here. Okay, a stop below here with maybe around 79.92. Right, if you're not comfortable, you can even the good thing about US stocks is you can not only buy 1,000 shares, you can buy 100 shares, you can buy 1 share. So it's very flexible. As a beginner, you can even trade these stocks with a risk of $50 to $100. Although I would advise maybe around at least $150 to $200 for your stop, so that the winnings will be a little bit meaningful. But generally, because the brokerage is low, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you're just starting out, and you want to have some skin in the game, you can just create a stop from $82.83 to your stop at $79.97, and then maybe risk $150 or $100 or even $50, just to have a feel of the trade. Okay, so very well defined risk to rewards parameters for the stocks, these kind of stocks that I trade. So NOV is here. Another one is Conoco. Conoco is also oil stock. So from 87, what's the price? Maybe about, close to about $87. It has corrected now to close to 79. Oops, 79. And hopefully it can break 81.44 lah. And then in order for me to have an interest in this stock, I want to see it break 81.44 on the smaller time frame, and then a stop probably below maybe here 79.03 will be pretty prudent, and then you trade it upwards. Okay, so another one is Mondelez. I think it's a spin-off from Kraft. Okay, you can see this trend line has been very well defined. Make it blue. Okay, you can see this long-term trend line similarly from November 2012. It has supported many times. Okay, here, 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 here. So now it's back here again. We will see whether it can break. Okay, on a 30-minute chart, if it can break this $35.92, sort of breaking now. Okay, and then we can put a stop maybe just below here, about probably around $35.38, or if you want a wider stop, then just put it below, maybe around $34.80 and change. Okay, and so I think I'm not finding a lot of opportunities. Like I said, even though S&P is on an upward trajectory and has actually rebounded from the lows, but I'm not seeing a lot of opportunities in the market. So just pare down your positions. In terms of the Singapore market itself, I think I rarely talk about it because I think the Singapore market is seriously not doing much. You can see for the last 3 years, it's been chopping between 3450 and 2550. So the range itself is just 1,000 points, and that is from 2001 till now. Okay, if you talk about this year, 2014, the range is 2950 to 3312. So you can see the range itself is really, very small. Okay, so that's why I find a lot of retail traders in trading Singapore markets are having a difficult time, because there's no volatility in the market, and even there is, the moves are not very big, and actually very short-lived. I mean, they go up a little bit and then just just dwindle down, and then not doing much. The only position I have is KEPCORP. Okay, I only trade this one because I believe it's a good stock. So I think some of you may remember this. Okay, I traded this move. Okay, this 78.6 move, when my entry was 9.9. Okay, and I sold most of my position around here, right, about 10.50 to 10.60, and then I'm holding a very small position in this stock, and looks like it's still going strong at 10.94. So I think when you buy a stock that's at 9.90, right, is when it's a very good price, then chances are you want to hold on to this position, because 9.90, I think, if you do some fundamental analysis, I think 9.90 is a pretty good price. And when you get a good price, try not to sell too much. Okay, I mean, try not to sell the whole position, because there are times where it may not come back and see this price anymore. Alright, so this is KEPCORP. I'm not seeing much opportunities in the market for the time being, but if I see anything new, I'll definitely update you guys. Okay, hopefully I'll see the market continue to show some volatility in the US markets. Then there'll be, when there's more opportunities, then I will talk a little bit about it. Okay, so for those who are new or who have not seen my videos before, and you would like the video updates to go straight to your inbox, just go to STI.SG.com. Okay, and just put in your name and email address, and you'll be able to get my videos. And sometimes I'll give special offers for my course. Okay, so my course, I think, likely to be held in September. I'll update you guys, those who are in my newsletters. And I know quite a lot of you wish to attend, especially my ex-students. They like to retake my course every now and then, because they feel that they learn something new every time. But if you want to know a little bit more about the program itself, just click on the program tab. Okay, you'll be able to see the curriculum details and what will be taught. I'll update this page a little bit more, because I don't have much time recently. But if you want to contact me, or there's any questions regarding the course or regarding my videos, you can just get in touch with me here. Okay, just put your name, email address, and drop me a message. And this 12 plus 6 or whatever randomly thing is generated is just to prove that you're human, so that I don't get spam. Okay, so I think that's all.